Hello everyone, this video contains 250 questions and answers on 10 different real-life topics. You can choose a topic by using the timestamp provided in the description. Enjoy the video! How would you describe your personal style when it comes to clothing? My style is a mix of classic and modern, with a preference for comfortable yet stylish pieces. What factors influence your choice of clothing each day? I consider the weather, my schedule, and the type of activities I'll be doing that day. Do you have a favourite piece of clothing that holds sentimental value? What is it? I have a worn out denim jacket that I've had since college. It's been through a lot with me. How do you go about shopping for new clothes? Do you have any specific preferences? I usually look for versatile pieces that I can mix and match. Online shopping is my go-to. What type of clothing do you feel most comfortable wearing? I feel most comfortable in a well-fitting pair of jeans and a soft t-shirt. Are there any fashion trends that you've particularly enjoyed or disliked? I've loved the comeback of high-waisted jeans, but I'm not a fan of super oversized clothing. How do you adapt your wardrobe to different seasons and weather conditions? I layer up and switch fabrics based on the season. Summers call for breathable materials, while winters require warmth. Do you have any go-to outfits for special occasions or events? For special occasions, I usually opt for a classic dress or a tailored suit. What's your opinion on sustainable and eco-friendly clothing choices? I'm all for sustainable fashion and try to choose brands that prioritize ethical practices. Have you ever received a clothing item as a gift that you've absolutely loved? Yes, my best friend gifted me a beautifully knitted scarf that I wear every winter. How do you organise and store your clothes at home? I organise by category: shirts, pants, dresses, and use colour coding for quick selection. Are there any clothing items you've held onto for a long time, even if you rarely wear them? I still have a band t-shirt from my first concert that I can't bear to part with. How do you handle unexpected dress codes or outfit requirements? I keep a versatile outfit at work just in case I need to attend a last-minute meeting. Do you enjoy wearing accessories like jewellery, scarves or hats? Why or why not? I enjoy wearing statement necklaces and hats to add a pop of personality to my outfits. How does your choice of clothing impact your confidence and self-expression? Wearing my favourite dress or a well-fitted suit gives me a confidence boost. What do you think about the balance between comfort and style in clothing? I believe in finding a balance. I won't sacrifice comfort for style, but I aim for a polished look. Have you ever participated in a clothing swap or second-hand shopping? Yes, I've joined clothing swaps with friends. It's a fun way to refresh my wardrobe sustainably. How has your clothing style evolved over the years? My style has become more minimalistic and streamlined as I've got older. What's your favourite casual outfit for a relaxing day at home? A pair of joggers and a cosy sweatshirt are my go-to for lazy days. Do you have a specific colour palette that dominates your wardrobe? Neutrals dominate my wardrobe. They're versatile and easy to mix and match. How do you approach packing for a trip with limited luggage space? I prioritise versatile pieces that can be mixed and matched to create various outfits. Are there any clothing items that you've regretted buying? Why? I once bought a pair of trendy shoes that turned out to be uncomfortable and I rarely wore them. What's your favourite type of footwear and why does it appeal to you? Trainers are my favourite. They're comfortable and go well with most of my outfits. Do you have a signature clothing piece or accessory that you're known for? I'm known for wearing colourful scarves, which add a unique touch to my look. How do you feel about dressing up for formal events compared to casual outings? I enjoy dressing up for formal events. It's a chance to showcase elegant and stylish outfits. For casual outings, I opt for comfort and simplicity. Can you share your favourite travel destination and why it holds a special place in your heart? I absolutely love Paris. The charming streets, delicious food, and rich history make it unforgettable. What's your go-to comfort food when you need a pick-me-up? A warm bowl of homemade macaroni and cheese is my ultimate comfort food. Do you have a favourite movie that you could watch over and over again? What makes it so special? The Shawshank Redemption is a movie I can watch repeatedly. Its themes of hope and friendship resonate deeply with me. What's your favourite type of music and how does it make you feel when you listen to it? Jazz music is my favourite. It's soothing and transports me to another world. Can you name your favourite season of the year and the reasons behind your preference? Autumn is my favourite season. The crisp air and vibrant foliage are incredibly nostalgic. What's your favourite way to unwind after a long day? I unwind by taking a long bath with a book and some scented candles. Do you have a favourite hobby or activity that brings you joy and relaxation? Painting is my favourite hobby. It allows me to express myself and escape into a creative world. Can you pinpoint a favourite childhood memory that still brings a smile to your face? Playing board games with my family during holidays is a cherished childhood memory. What's your favourite piece of art or artwork and what emotions does it evoke in you? Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night is my favourite artwork. Its swirling colours evoke a sense of wonder. Do you have a favourite quote or saying that resonates with you? Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, by John Lennon, is a quote I live by. What's your favourite type of cuisine, and do you have a favourite dish within that cuisine? Thai cuisine is my favourite, and pad thai is the dish I can never resist. Can you name a favourite achievement or milestone in your life that you're particularly proud of? Graduating from college is my favourite achievement. It symbolises years of hard work and dedication. What's your favourite way to stay active and maintain a healthy lifestyle? I enjoy hiking as it combines physical activity with the beauty of nature. Do you have a favourite fictional character from a book, movie, or TV show? What draws you to them? Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series is my favourite fictional character. Her intelligence and bravery are inspiring. What's your favourite form of self-care that helps you recharge and take care of yourself? Yoga and meditation are my favourite forms of self-care. They help me find balance and inner peace. Can you name a favourite place you visited that left a lasting impression on you? Santorini, Greece, with its stunning sunsets and whitewashed buildings, is a favourite travel memory. What's your favourite quote from a book or movie that has inspired you? The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs' quote fuels my passion. Do you have a favourite type of weather that instantly lifts your spirits? I love rainy days. The sound of raindrops and cosy indoors create a soothing atmosphere. What's your favourite way to connect with friends or family and create meaningful memories? Sharing a home-cooked meal with loved ones is my favourite way to connect and create lasting memories. What's your favourite way to relax and unwind during a weekend? Curling up with a good book and a cup of tea is my favourite weekend relaxation ritual. Can you name a favourite childhood toy or game that you cherished? Lego sets were my favourite childhood toys. Building and creating endless structures brought me joy. What's your favourite quote or mantra that inspires you during challenging times? The only way to do great work is to love what you do is a quote that motivates me to pursue my passions. Do you have a favourite type of flower or plant that you find particularly beautiful? Sunflowers are my favourite. Their bright and cheerful appearance always lifts my mood. What's your favourite type of adventure or outdoor activity that gets your adrenaline pumping? I love going on hiking trails. The thrill of exploring new paths and enjoying nature's beauty is unmatched. What's your all-time favourite book and what do you love about it? My all-time favourite book is To Kill a Mockingbird because of its powerful themes of empathy and justice. How many siblings do you have? I have 2 siblings, an older sister and a younger brother. What's your favourite family tradition? Our favourite family tradition is baking cookies together during the holidays. Have you ever gone on a family vacation? Where did you go? Last year we went on a family trip to a cabin in the mountains. It was so much fun. How do you usually celebrate birthdays in your family? We usually have a small gathering at home with a cake and some games. What's a typical Sunday like in your household? Sundays are for brunch and spending time outdoors, maybe going for a walk or playing sports. Do you have any family pets? What kind? Yes, we have a cat named Whiskers. She's quite mischievous but adorable. How do you handle disagreements or conflicts within your family? We try to communicate openly and listen to each other's perspectives to resolve conflicts. What's your fondest childhood memory with your family? I remember camping trips with my parents and telling stories around the campfire. How often do you have family meals together? We aim to have dinner together at least 4 times a week. What values do you think your family has instilled in you? My family has always empathized the importance of honesty and compassion. Do you have any unique family traditions that have been passed down through generations? One unique tradition is having a storytelling session where we share family anecdotes around a bonfire. How has your relationship with your parents evolved as you've grown older? My relationship with my parents has grown more like a friendship as I've become an adult. What's one lesson you've learned from your family that you value the most? The value of hard work and perseverance is something my family has always emphasized. How do you support each other's individual goals within your family? We regularly have family meetings to discuss everyone's goals and figure out ways to support each other. Are there any hobbies or activities that your family enjoys doing together? We enjoy gardening together and taking weekend hikes in the nearby trails. How do you handle major life decisions as a family unit? We have open discussions, weighing each person's input before making any major decisions. What's the most challenging aspect of maintaining a strong family bond? The geographical distance between some family members can be challenging, but we make efforts to stay connected. How do you celebrate achievements or milestones within your family? We usually have a small celebration at home with a special meal and heartfelt congratulatory speeches. Have you ever had a big family reunion? What was it like? Yes, we had a huge family reunion last summer. It was a joyful chaos with games, food, and laughter all around. How do you maintain a healthy work-life balance within your family? We make sure to set aside specific family time, like game nights and weekend outings, to maintain balance. Have you ever faced a tough situation that brought your family closer together? When my dad was ill, we rallied around each other, taking turns to care for him. It truly strengthened our bond. What role does communication play in maintaining strong family relationships? Open and honest communication is crucial. We have regular family discussions to address any issues or concerns. Are there any family mottos or sayings that resonate with your household? Family first, always, is a motto that's been passed down for generations in our household. How do you navigate cultural or generational differences within your family? We approach these differences with curiosity and respect, often sharing stories and experiences to bridge the gap. What's a memorable family bonding experience you've had recently? Just last month, we went on a camping trip to a nearby national park. We spent days hiking, cooking over a campfire, and sharing stories under the stars. It was a fantastic way to disconnect and create lasting memories together. Have you decided on your destination for the upcoming trip? Yes, I've decided to visit Paris for my upcoming trip. When are you planning to leave for your travel adventure? I'll be leaving on the 15th of next month. How long will your trip last? I'm planning a week-long holiday. Are you travelling alone or with companions? I'm travelling with my family, my spouse, and our 2 kids. What mode of transportation will you use to reach your destination? We'll be flying to Paris from our hometown. Have you booked your accommodation yet? Yes, we've already booked a cosy apartment in the heart of the city. Are you planning to explore any specific landmarks or attractions? We plan to visit the Eiffel Tower, Louvre Museum, and Notre Dame Cathedral. What type of cuisine are you looking forward to trying during your travels? I'm excited to try authentic French pastries and gourmet cuisine. Have you considered any outdoor activities or adventures for your trip? We're considering a day trip to the countryside for hiking and biking. Will you be documenting your journey through photos or a travel journal? I'll be taking lots of photos and keeping a travel journal to remember the experience. How are you planning to get around within the city? We'll be primarily using the metro system and walking to explore the city. Have you looked into local customs or etiquette to respect the culture? Yes, I've been reading up on local customs and cultural norms to be respectful. Are you planning any shopping or souvenir hunting during your trip? I'm definitely planning to buy some unique souvenirs and local products. What's your backup plan in case of unexpected changes in your travel schedule? We've allowed some flexibility in our schedule and have travel insurance for unexpected situations. Have you checked if you need any specific vaccinations for your destination? Yes, we checked and got the necessary vaccinations for our trip. What's the weather like in Paris during the time of your visit? The weather is expected to be mild and pleasant with occasional rain showers. Will you be using public transportation or renting a car? We'll rely on public transportation and won't need a car in the city. How do you plan to manage communication while abroad? Will you get a local SIM card? I'll get a local SIM card to stay connected with family and friends back home. Have you made any restaurant reservations in advance? Yes, we've made reservations at a few recommended restaurants for special meals. Are you considering a side trip to any nearby cities or attractions? We're thinking of taking a day trip to Versailles to see the palace and gardens. Are there any specific cultural events or festivals happening during your visit? Yes, there's a local music festival happening in the city centre during our stay. How are you planning to manage your budget during the trip? We've set a daily spending limit and are tracking our expenses using a travel app. Have you researched the local language or learned a few essential phrases? I've learned a few basic phrases in French to help with communication. What are some must-see hidden gems you've discovered in your destination? We've heard about a charming little cafe tucked away in a side street and a scenic park that's not as well known. Will you be exploring the nightlife and entertainment options in the city? We'll likely check out some local live music venues and maybe catch a theatre performance. What type of work do you do? I work as a software engineer, developing applications for a tech company. How did you choose your current career path? I've always been passionate about coding, so I pursued a degree in computer science. Can you describe a typical day at your workplace? My day usually starts with reviewing emails, attending meetings, and writing code for new features. What do you find most rewarding about your job? Seeing my code come to life and make a positive impact on users is incredibly fulfilling. Have you ever faced any significant challenges in your career? How did you overcome them? Last year, we had a tight deadline for a project, but we pulled together as a team and met it successfully. How do you manage your workload and stay organised? I use task management tools and set priorities to make sure I stay on top of my tasks. What skills or qualifications are essential for success in your field? In my field, technical skills like programming and problem solving are crucial, along with good communication. Do you have any long-term career goals you're working towards? I'm aiming to take on a leadership role in the next few years. How do you handle stress and maintain a healthy work-life balance? I practice mindfulness and make time for hobbies to balance the demands of work. Are there any particular projects or achievements you're proud of? I recently led a project that significantly improved the user interface and received great feedback? How do you approach collaborating with colleagues or team members? Collaboration is key. I ensure everyone's voice is heard and we work together to reach our goals. Have you ever changed jobs or careers? What prompted that decision? I switched careers a few years ago to pursue my passion for graphic design. What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from your work experiences? The importance of adaptability and being open to learning from mistakes. How do you stay motivated and enthusiastic about your job? Setting small goals and celebrating achievements helps me stay motivated. Are there any mentors or role models who have influenced your professional journey? My college professor inspired me to keep learning and exploring new techniques. What strategies do you use for continuous learning and skill development? I take online courses and attend workshops to stay updated with the latest design trends. How has technology impacted your work and industry? Technology has revolutionized the way we design and share our work with clients. How do you handle conflicts or disagreements with co-workers? I address conflicts through open communication and finding common ground. What steps do you take to ensure your work contributes to your personal growth? I reflect on my accomplishments and areas for improvement to continue growing. Can you share a particularly memorable or funny work-related anecdote? One time, I accidentally sent a cat meme to a client instead of the design draft. We all had a good laugh about it. How do you handle tight deadlines and pressure at work? I break down the tasks into smaller steps, prioritize and focus on one thing at a time. What strategies do you use to stay organized and manage your tasks effectively? I rely on to-do lists and calendar reminders, ensuring I allocate time for each task. Have you ever had to learn a new skill or software for your job? How did you approach it? I had to quickly learn a new data analysis tool for a project. I took online tutorials and practiced hands-on. Can you share a moment where you had to think creatively to solve a work-related problem? We once had a client with a unique request. By brainstorming with the team, we developed an innovative solution that impressed the client. How do you see the future of your industry evolving in the next few years? With advancements in automation and AI, I expect our industry to become more efficient and data-driven. What are some of your favourite hobbies that you enjoy doing in your free time? I'm passionate about painting and playing the guitar in my free time. How did you discover or develop your interest in your current hobbies? My interest in painting began when I took an art class in high school, and I picked up the guitar after watching a friend perform. Are there any new hobbies you've been wanting to try out? I've been wanting to try my hand at photography and perhaps even take up gardening. How do your hobbies contribute to your overall well-being and relaxation? Both painting and playing the guitar help me relax and clear my mind after a busy day. Do you have a go-to hobby that helps you unwind after a long day? Yes, playing video games helps me unwind and escape into another world. Are there any hobbies you enjoy doing alone and others you prefer doing with friends? I enjoy hiking alone for introspection, but I love playing board games with friends on weekends. How do your hobbies help you stay motivated and inspired in different aspects of life? My hobbies often spark my creativity and influence the way I approach problem solving in my career. Have you ever turned a hobby into a side business or pursued it professionally? I've thought about selling some of my paintings online, but for now, I prefer to keep them as personal projects. What's the most challenging or rewarding aspect of one of your hobbies? The most challenging aspect of playing the guitar is mastering complex chords, but the sense of accomplishment is incredible. How do you find a balance between your hobbies and other responsibilities? I schedule specific time blocks for my hobbies and make sure not to let them interfere with work or other commitments. How has technology impacted your hobbies and the way you engage with them? Technology has allowed me to learn new painting techniques through online tutorials and connect with other guitar enthusiasts. Have you ever attended a workshop or class to enhance your skills in a hobby? I attended a cooking class to improve my culinary skills, which has become a hobby I thoroughly enjoy. How do your hobbies reflect your personality or interests? My interest in painting reflects my love for colours and self-expression, while guitar playing showcases my appreciation for music. Do you enjoy competitive hobbies or ones that are more about personal expression? I prefer hobbies like painting that allow me to express myself rather than competitive ones. What's the most unique or unusual hobby you've come across? I once met someone who collected vintage typewriters as a hobby. I found it fascinating. How do your hobbies provide you with a sense of accomplishment or growth? With painting, I see tangible progress in each artwork I complete, which fuels my desire to keep improving. Are there any hobbies you enjoyed during your childhood that you've carried into adulthood? I used to love building model airplanes as a kid, and I still enjoy it as an adult. How do you introduce your hobbies to friends or newcomers who might be interested? I invite friends over for a game night where we play different board games and card games. What's the significance of hobbies in maintaining a healthy work-life balance? Hobbies provide me with an outlet to unwind and pursue my interests outside of work, which is essential for my well-being. Have you ever travelled or explored new places specifically to pursue a hobby? I visited a coastal town to indulge in my love for surfing. It was an incredible experience. Have you ever taken a hobby-related trip, such as visiting a famous art gallery or a music festival? Yes, I travelled to a different city to attend a photography workshop and explored local galleries. How do you overcome creative blocks or challenges while pursuing your hobbies? When I encounter a creative block while writing, I take a break, go for a walk, and often the ideas start flowing again. Are there any hobbies you've shared with family members, creating bonding experiences? My dad and I both enjoy woodworking, so we often spend weekends in the garage creating pieces together. What's the role of spontaneity in your choice of hobbies and how you engage with them? Spontaneity is crucial in my photography. Some of my best shots come from unexpected moments and locations. Do you find that your hobbies have led you to meet new people and expand your social circle? Absolutely. I joined a local hiking club through which I've made great friends who share my love for the outdoors. What's your favourite type of weather and why? I love sunny days because they lift my spirits and make outdoor activities more enjoyable. How does weather affect your daily activities? Rainy days usually make me want to stay indoors with a good book or movie. Have you ever experienced extreme weather conditions? What was it like? I once experienced a blizzard that left everything covered in snow. It was both breathtaking and challenging. How does the changing weather influence your mood and emotions? Warm and sunny weather tends to make me more energetic and productive. What's the typical weather like in your region during the different seasons? In my region, summers are hot and humid, while winters are cold with occasional snow. How do you prepare for inclement weather, such as storms or heavy rain? I always keep an umbrella and raincoat handy in case of unexpected rain. Are there any weather-related hobbies or activities you enjoy? I enjoy hiking and picnics during mild and clear weather. What's the most memorable weather event you've witnessed? I'll never forget a massive thunderstorm that knocked out power in our neighbourhood for hours. How does the weather impact your clothing choices and fashion preferences? I adjust my wardrobe based on the weather forecast, layering up or dressing lightly as needed. Do you have a preferred weather condition for outdoor events or gatherings? I prefer clear skies and moderate temperatures for outdoor gatherings. How do you handle sudden shifts in temperature or unexpected weather changes? I keep a light jacket with me year round to be prepared for temperature changes. Are there any childhood memories related to specific weather moments? I fondly remember building snowmen with friends during heavy snowfall. How do you stay informed about weather forecasts and updates? I check weather apps and local news to stay informed about upcoming weather conditions. What's your go-to comfort food or activity during gloomy weather? On rainy days, I love making a big pot of soup and curling up on the couch. Have you ever been caught in a surprise rainstorm? How did you manage it? Yes, I got caught in a sudden rainstorm once and had to take shelter under a tree. How does your ideal vacation destination's weather influence your travel plans? I prefer sunny weather for beach vacations, but cooler weather for exploring cities. What's your opinion on climate change and its effects on global weather patterns? Climate change is a serious concern. I believe it's causing more frequent and severe weather events. Do you have any favourite weather-related songs or movies? Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles is my go-to song on a sunny day. How does the weather impact your sleep quality and routine? I sleep better during cool nights with a gentle breeze. Have you ever witnessed a beautiful sunrise or sunset due to unique weather conditions? I once saw a stunning sunset with vibrant colours reflecting off the clouds after a rainy day. How does the weather influence your outdoor exercise routine? I usually prefer mild temperatures for jogging, so I adjust my schedule based on the forecast. Have you ever been in a location with a completely different climate from what you're used to? Yes, I once travelled from a cold, snowy region to a tropical paradise. It was quite an adjustment. How do you stay safe during extreme weather conditions like heat waves or hurricanes? During heat waves, I stay hydrated and try to stay indoors during the hottest part of the day. For hurricanes, I follow evacuation protocols and secure my home. What's your preferred type of weather for taking photographs or capturing scenic views? I love capturing dramatic cloud formations and vibrant colours during sunset. Do you have any favourite memories of spending time outdoors in specific weather conditions? One of my favourite memories is hiking in the mountains on a crisp autumn day, surrounded by colourful foliage. What type of party are you planning and what's the occasion? I'm planning a birthday party for my best friend's 30th birthday celebration. How did you decide on the theme or concept for the party? We brainstormed ideas together and we settled on a retro-themed dance party. Are you hosting the party at your home or a different venue? We're renting a community centre with enough space for dancing and mingling. What's your strategy for creating an inviting atmosphere and decorating the space? I'm going for a vibrant and colourful ambience with disco balls and neon decorations. Have you planned any engaging activities or games for the guests? Yes, we have a trivia game and a dance-off planned to keep everyone entertained. What's your approach to selecting the music playlist for the party? I'm creating a playlist with classic hits from the 70s and 80s to set the party mood. How are you handling food and drink arrangements for the guests? We're having a buffet style spread with finger foods and a bar serving retro inspired cocktails. Are there any special dietary considerations you're taking into account? Absolutely. We're making sure there are vegetarian and gluten-free options for our guests. How are you sending out invitations and keeping track of RSVPs? I sent out digital invitations via email and set up an event page to track RSVPs. Have you thought about party favours or souvenirs for the guests? I've prepared retro-style keychains and mini disco balls as party favours. How are you managing the timeline of the party from start to finish? The party will kick off with a dance session followed by a brief speech and cake cutting. What's your backup plan in case of unexpected changes or weather issues? We have a backup indoor location in case of bad weather, and we're keeping an eye on the forecast. How do you handle different age groups and interests among the guests? We'll have a mix of classic hits for the older guests and more modern music for the younger crowd. Are you incorporating any personal touches or sentimental elements into the party? I'm planning a slideshow of photos and memories spanning the last decade. What's the dress code or suggested attire for the event? The dress code is retro glam. Think bell bottoms, sequins, and platform shoes. How do you strike a balance between having a relaxed atmosphere and keeping the party organised? I've set up a schedule with breaks to keep the party lively while also giving people time to relax. Have you considered any sustainability or eco-friendly practices for the party? We're using biodegradable plates and utensils to minimise waste. What's your preferred method for capturing memorable moments during the party? I'll have a photo booth with fun props for guests to take snapshots. How do you make sure your guests feel engaged and comfortable throughout the event? We're having icebreaker games at the beginning to help everyone mingle and get comfortable. Are you planning any surprise elements or special announcements during the party? Yes, we have a surprise performance by a local dance group and a special toast to honour the birthday celebrant. How are you managing seating arrangements to encourage interactions among guests? We're arranging a mix of seating options to encourage mingling, including cosy lounge areas and traditional tables. Have you considered any special lighting effects or decorations to enhance the party atmosphere? I'm planning to use fairy lights and disco ball reflections to create a dynamic and festive ambience. What's your strategy for ensuring a smooth flow of activities throughout the party. I've created a detailed timeline from guest arrivals to various activities and the cake cutting. How are you communicating important information or updates to your guests? I'm sending out a final email a day before the party with directions, parking information, and a reminder of the theme. Are you involving friends or family members in helping you organise or set up the party? Yes, I've enlisted a close friend to help with coordinating the games, and my cousin is assisting with setup and decorations. What's your preferred mode of transportation for daily commuting? I prefer taking the train for my daily commute. It's efficient and helps me avoid traffic. How do you typically plan your routes when using public transportation? I use a combination of transit apps and schedules to plan my routes and timings. Have you ever experienced a memorable road trip? Where did you go? I once took a road trip along the Pacific Coast Highway in California. The scenic views were incredible. How do you handle long flights or journeys to keep yourself comfortable? I bring a neck pillow, entertainment, and snacks to make long flights more comfortable. Do you prefer driving or being a passenger when travelling long distances? I enjoy being a passenger so I can relax and enjoy the scenery during long journeys. Can you share a unique or unconventional mode of transport you've used? I once rode a camel through the desert during a vacation in Morocco. An unforgettable experience. What's your opinion on the environmental impact of different forms of transportation? I believe it's essential to consider eco-friendly transportation options and reduce carbon footprints. How do you decide between taking a taxi, car share, or public transport for short trips? I usually opt for public transport for short trips. It's convenient and cost effective. Have you ever used a bike sharing or scooter sharing service in a city? Yes, I've used bike sharing in European cities. It's a fun way to explore while staying active. What's the most adventurous transport experience you've had, like a hot air balloon ride or zip lining? I went paragliding once, and the feeling of soaring through the air was exhilarating. How do you stay entertained during a long train or bus journey? I listen to podcasts, read books, or watch movies to pass the time during long journeys. What's your strategy for navigating through traffic and congestion in urban areas? I check traffic updates and use navigation apps to find alternate routes and avoid congestion. How do you handle transportation when you're travelling with a large group of friends or family? Coordinating transportation for a large group can be challenging. We often rent a minivan or charter a bus. Can you recall a time when you had to rely on a last-minute transportation option unexpectedly? I once took a spontaneous ferry ride to a nearby island when my initial plans fell through. How do you stay safe when using public transportation or car shares, especially in unfamiliar places? I always make sure to use reputable services, share my location with someone, and avoiding sharing personal information. What's your approach to packing and preparing for different modes of transport? I pack light, choose versatile outfits, and have essentials like chargers and snacks on hand. How do you adapt to using different transportation systems when travelling internationally? I research local transport options and purchase day passes or cards for convenience. Have you ever missed a flight, bus, or train? How did you handle the situation? I missed a train once due to a delay, but the next one allowed me to enjoy a cosy cafe nearby. What's your favourite way to explore a new city's local transport, like buses or trams? I love taking trams in new cities. It gives me a sense of the local rhythm and helps me observe daily life. How do you choose between renting a car and using public transport when visiting a new destination? It depends on the destination. For cities with efficient public transport, I opt for that, while for remote areas, I prefer renting a car for flexibility. How do you handle travel delays or unexpected changes in your transportation plans? I usually have a backup plan, like having a book or podcast ready to keep me entertained during delays. Can you share a memorable experience using a form of transport you were initially hesitant about? I was unsure about taking a tuk-tuk in Thailand, but it turned out to be a fun and authentic way to explore. What's your opinion on the future of electric and autonomous vehicles in terms of transport? I believe electric and autonomous vehicles will revolutionise transport and reduce emissions in the long run. How do you choose between taking a direct flight or opting for a layover to save costs? I weigh the cost savings against the inconvenience of a layover and decide based on the overall travel time. Have you ever tried carpooling or ride sharing to reduce your environmental impact? Yes, I've used ride sharing services to share a ride with others heading in the same direction, reducing emissions and costs. What do you envision your life will be like in 10 years? I hope to have a fulfilling career and a happy family life with some exciting travel experiences. How do you think technology will change the way we live in the next few decades? Technology will likely enhance communication, healthcare, and even daily chores through automation. Are there any personal goals or aspirations you hope to achieve in the future? I'm working towards starting my own business and giving back to my community. How do you see the job market evolving and impacting different industries? The job market will likely become more competitive, pushing professionals to constantly upgrade their skills. What advancements in healthcare do you anticipate in the coming years? I expect personalised medicine and breakthrough treatments for various diseases? How might climate change affect our environment and daily lives in the future? Climate change may lead to more extreme weather events and the need for stronger conservation efforts. Are there any social or cultural changes you expect to see in society? I anticipate greater awareness and acceptance of diversity and inclusion. How will education and learning methods transform with technological progress? Education might become more personalised and accessible through online platforms and virtual classrooms. What role do you think renewable energy will play in our future energy sources? Renewable energy sources will play a crucial role in reducing our carbon footprint. How might travel and transportation evolve to be more sustainable and efficient? Electric and autonomous vehicles could revolutionise transportation systems in urban areas. Do you believe artificial intelligence will have a significant impact on various aspects of life? AI will likely impact industries like healthcare, finance, and manufacturing, transforming how we work. How do you see the future of space exploration and potential colonization on other planets? Space exploration may lead to exciting discoveries and even the establishment of human colonies on Mars. What do you think the role of traditional offices will be in the remote work era? Remote work might become more commonplace, impacting office spaces and urban planning. How will demographic shifts like aging populations influence healthcare and social systems? Aging populations may prompt innovations in elder care and healthcare services. What innovations do you anticipate in entertainment and media in the next decade? Virtual reality and interactive experiences might redefine entertainment and storytelling. How might changes in global politics shape international relations in the future? Global politics could shift towards increased collaboration and diplomacy. Are there any ethical concerns you think will arise with technological advancements? Ethical concerns may arise around data privacy, AI decision making, and gene editing technologies. How do you see the role of social media and online interactions evolving? Social media might become more regulated, focusing on positive interactions and content moderation. Will our concept of transportation change significantly with the rise of autonomous vehicles? Autonomous vehicles could lead to safer roads and new transportation models. What impact do you think biotechnology will have on our understanding of health and longevity? Biotechnology could lead to personalized treatments and a deeper understanding of human health and genetics. How might advancements in robotics impact industries and the job market? Robotics could automate various tasks, but also create new job opportunities in tech and maintenance. Do you foresee changes in the way we approach mental health and well-being in the future? We might see a greater emphasis on mental health awareness and destigmatization, leading to improved resources and support. What role might augmented reality and virtual reality play in our daily lives? AR and VR could revolutionize industries like education, gaming, and even remote collaboration. How do you think the concept of work will evolve in the future? Work may become more project-based and flexible, allowing people to pursue multiple passions. What are your thoughts on the potential challenges of overpopulation in the coming years? Overpopulation could strain resources, but innovations in sustainable practices might help address these challenges.